By the end of this video, you're going to learn exactly the mindset shifts and the character development process that I had to go through to go and scale my coaching business to over $200,000 a month in just 8 short months since I first started it. Now, I'm going to talk about the mindset shifts, some key decision points within that process, and I'm going to outline like the whole roadmap that I followed as well, and kind of like what the internal work was that I had to go through in order to get there. So let's get straight into it. It's extremely important that you understand why some people are able to scale very quickly and other people it takes a long time. There's this thing called the mirror principle. And essentially what the mirror principle means is our business is like a mirror. It reflects who we are. It reflects us as the entrepreneur, as the leader. So in order to actually scale your coaching business to 7 figures, you have to become somebody worthy of achieving that goal and worthy of running a 7-figure company. And if you don't have the character traits, the mindset shifts, the beliefs, qualities, the habits, the discipline, and everything, and the skill set required to run a 7-figure business, you're never going to get there. There's going to be a gap between where you are now and where you want to be, right? Obviously there's a gap, right? Point A is where you're at right now. Point B is where you want to get to. But not only is there a gap, and let's say you're doing like 20K a month, right? And you want to get to 100K a month, not even 20K a month. Let's take a bit of a step back here. Let's say 10K a month to 100K a month. Keep it simple. What are the levers that are going to help you 10x your business within the next 12 months? Well, that's what we're going to cover today. Most of the time, it's not doing different things. It's not more tactics or anything like that. It's who you become in the process. Obviously, if you're doing cold outreach, cold DMs, just doing organic, like, yeah, you're good luck getting here without ads. But nonetheless, you can get there if you want to wait a bunch of like 3-4 years. But if you want to do it in 3 to 4 months like I did, then this is going to help. The big thing here that helped me go from like kind of 10 to 30K a month to like 1 to 200K a month was understanding that like me, myself as a man, as an entrepreneur, as a leader, was not capable of hitting this quite yet. There were a lot of things that were holding me back. There were some mindset shifts. There were beliefs that I had to shift as well. And I had to kind of rewire my brain. Bookmark this as well, right? Remember that now that we understand that like, okay, we need to level up. There's certain things that we need to do, and it's not always going to be about the tactics and the strategies, which are very important. Don't get me wrong, just bear with me. So when I first launched the business, I did like 50K in the first month because I had like a small YouTube channel, like 300 subs or something like that, and like some people on Instagram. So when I had something to sell, people were ready to buy. And then from there, it was all one-on-one. So I was like, shoot, I gotta actually build something. So then I kind of floated around like 20 to 30K a month for a few months. Just like, okay, I got to build a real product. I got to build a program, build a course out, kind of buy back my time, systemize things a little bit. So I kind of floated around here. This was in December this past year. And then so from like January to about, let's say March, I was building 1.0 of the program. I built 1.0 in December, and then towards the end of February, in March, I built 2.0. So I kind of rebuilt the program a little bit, updated it, designed it a little bit differently, restructured it. There's some really key levers in there. And I actually just released a new delivery module, 5 new videos in my program about those exact shifts and how I optimized the program at each stage and kind of rebuilt it to the point where it just prints client results like crazy now without requiring too much of my time, which is amazing. And then from there, I was like, okay, I got 2.0 set, and then turned my ads back on and I did 80K the next month. And then from there, I was like, okay, things are gonna break again. So I kind of turned them off a little bit, and then I rebuilt 3.0. So I kind of went back down to like, went from 80 down to like 50. So this was my new baseline. And then I built 3.0, the program, for a little bit, like June, turned my ads back on. July, did like 100K, August, 200K. So then it looked like this. This was the past month. And then since then, I'm like, I really pumped the brakes a little bit. So I was signing like a new client every day, like sometimes 2 a day. It was crazy. And so anyways, I was like, yeah, I need to spend a lot of time with them. But now I need to actually build like real systems. And that takes us to kind of where we're at today, where I just hired a mentor who has started and exited 3 software companies. He advises for ClickFunnels. He's got the largest coaching program in the world for tech founders. And I just invested into his mastermind for a pretty penny today to help me actually build systems, build a real scalable business model. So nonetheless, build the foundations to be able to scale up to 8 figures. That's the next goal. A really important thing that I kept telling myself was, Jeremy, don't steal from the business. Now, this is easier said than done. And especially if you're doing like 5K a month, like you got to pay your bills, and like you're literally stealing every dollar that your business makes to pay your personal expenses. which sucks because you can't dump it back in your business and reinvest. And every time I reinvest back in my business, turn my ads on, boom, went from like 20K a month to 80K a month in 30 days. And then went from 50K a month to 200K a month in like 30 to 60 days as well, right? Once I turn my ads back on. Right now, my ad spend just got unlocked as well. So now I can spend more than $70 a day on Instagram. That's literally all I could spend. My account was limited and capped this whole time. So now I can spend pretty much as much as I want, which is crazy. See what happens. Buckle up. Yeah, I spent like 10K on ads between Instagram and YouTube in August, and then did like 217,000 cash. So like a 20x rise, which is pretty solid. Lots of referrals in there too, so maybe not that high. It was probably like 12 to 15. Don't steal from your business. And what I mean by that is when I was first starting out, let's say the first like 4 or 5 months went like kind of up until March. I was just like, okay, I know nothing. I am a moron. I have no client results. I suck at what I do. And I need to just sacrifice and work and not treat myself to anything. I need to just grind. I need to build a really good product that gets clients like incredible results. And that's going to serve as the foundation for scaling. So my whole mindset back then, don't steal from future Jeremy. Every dollar that I take out of the business to pay myself to buy nice things or take a little honey out for a nice dinner, it's like I'm stealing from the business. This serves as a foundation for the next like few months. And then this serves as a foundation for where I got to now. So if I stole money from the business, I'm literally stealing the breath out of its lungs that it needs to operate. Because if you're not spending money and you're reinvesting back in your business on ads, on coaches, on mentors, and everything like that, then like you literally just doing more harm than good. And then that's why people stagnate. That's why people just like stay stuck down here. They never grow because they never reinvest more and more and more each month. Each time I did this, I spent more money on ads, and then boom. It doesn't happen by accident, right? So this served as a foundation. And what was going on in my head back then too was like, I don't care. Like every dollar I was spending on ads, I'm like, I don't care if I convert them today, this week, next month. I don't care because I'm building a reputation. I'm building my name. I'm building a brand, and I'm building the foundation of undeniable client results that's going to help me raise my prices. It's going to help me attract better clients, attract newer clients, more clients every single day in higher numbers 3 to 6 months from now. So what I did back here is the sacrifice that I made of just like putting my blinders on, going all in. I was taking as many one-on-one calls with any client ever who asked. I didn't care. Like I was on like calls for like 8 hours a day, and I didn't even have that many clients because I just wanted to over deliver and get insane client results and also get feedback from working with those clients to improve the product and improve the program. That's why I rebuilt it 3 times and in the process of doing it again right now. I just launched a whole new section on how I actually built the program, how to build an insane course that gets client results like none other, that gets better results quicker with less of your time, and how to like actually be a really good coach and stuff like that too. So, and now I'm kind of working on some other stuff as well. But nonetheless, like bringing this all back down to earth, like the gap, that was a big mindset shift that I had to have because 7-figure Jeremy up here, 7-figure Jeremy was having these kind of thoughts. But 6-figure Jeremy, way down here, 6-figure JP, he was not. He was living for himself. He was just trying to pay rent next month, and he wasn't really thinking too far ahead. And I see this happen a lot with a lot of coaches, with a lot of people, just entrepreneurs and business owners. They're just living week by week, month to month. It's like, that's the last thing you need to do, because what you have to do is required of you. Think, okay, what can I do today for the next 3 to 6 months that's gonna serve me and print cash for the next 6 to 24 months? And when you zoom out and look at things and expand your time horizon, it makes it easy to make the short-term sacrifice. Like rebuilding the program sucks, guys. It sucks. It's hard, and it takes a lot of work. It's very intellectually draining. It's exhausting to be completely honest with you, but it's required of me. So I do it. I don't care how I feel. I do it because I know it's going to serve me. It's going to serve future Jeremy. If you just keep delaying the gratification, keep zooming out and expanding your time horizon, then that's how you're going to evolve from 6-figure you to 7-figure you. If you're afraid to invest money into ads or into people who are going to help you, who've done what you want to do to help you get to where you want to go, yeah, you're just going to stay here. It's like, obviously, no shit. And a big reason why I invested in that mentor today is DM closed me. I don't care, because I was like, well, he's done what I want to do. I don't even care how much it is. Like I was in my head, I was like mentally committed. I was like ready to drop like 50 grand. I didn't even know what the hell I was getting, but I didn't care. So I'm like, I'm going to learn something from this guy. He's going to help me get somewhere. Like it's not going to take me further away from my goals further away from 8 figures. It's like he's built like 4 companies to 8 figures. Obviously he knows what I'm doing or what he's doing. He can help me and tell me what I need to do. There's only one group call a week for an hour, and that's it. There's 100 people in the program. But guess what? I don't care, because I just want access to him. I want proximity, and I want to be able to bounce some questions off him. And like another thing too, a lot of people kind of stuck at like the 6-figure range, like 5 to 10K a month. They're blaming external factors for their lack of success. I used to do this all the time. 7-figure Jeremy, he's like, success is my responsibility. My success is my responsibility. Yeah, I could join a program that sucks. I'm probably going to learn something from it. I'm going to do whatever the hell it takes to squeeze as much juice out of that program as I can, because it's my responsibility. I'm going to learn invaluable lessons no matter what. Don't just go investing in anybody and everybody that pitches you. That doesn't make sense. You got to make sure it feels right. You got to make sure it's the right decision, what you need right now. But a lot of times you won't even know. A lot of the times there's blind spots that hold you back. It's like the 2 things that hold us back are like our ego and our blind spots. So it's like if you don't know what you don't know, it's gonna be hard to fix that. Nonetheless, like you really just got to kind of ask yourself and remind yourself, okay, what can I do today? What can I work on over the next 3 months that's going to serve me well for the next 6 to 12? And when you zoom out like that, it makes it really easy to reinvest back in your business, because you're like, hey, I don't need to make a return tomorrow, because guess what? The people that optimize for the short term, they lose in the long term. So unless you're trying to lose in the long term, don't be an idiot and expand your time horizon. Just think bigger, zoom out. When you're spending money on ads, like I don't even like, as long as I'm breaking even on my ads, I consider that a win, because I'm just building my audience and getting more eyeballs, more people know about me, word of mouth starts spreading, my reputation starts increasing. One thing you got to understand too is like frequency and proximity is such a big factor for building trust with people. I remember like one thing that I learned from my finance degree. I took a psychology class first year of university, I think. And we learned that like, oh, what's the best way to talk to a girl or attract something like that? It's like, well, she's gonna be a lot more likely to do that if she sees your face every day. If you're in the same class, if you go to the same gym, the more often you're in proximity, the more they see you, the more their defenses go down. It's the same thing with prospects, right? So it's like, even if I'm breaking even, I'm still not paying to get millions of impressions, millions of eyeballs, millions of people to know about me, to hear about me. Is that gonna hurt me 2 to 3 years from now? Or is it gonna help me? Well, it's gonna help me, right? I'm turning like $1 to anywhere from 12 to 20 on any given month from my ads. So I'm a little bit above break even. Most of my clients are kind of around a similar spot too. Most guys kind of see anywhere from like a 6 to 18x ROAS. Depends on the offer, the price point, how good they are on camera, and like how attractive and marketable they are. Like there's so many variables that go into that, but nonetheless, like you really just got to kind of ask yourself those questions, zoom out and just remind yourself, hey, am I just trying to get rich quick right now? And then 6 months from now, I don't want to do anything. Am I just trying to build a business that I don't have to actually be a part of the business, just to have a lifestyle business? That's you. Like good luck getting to 7 figures. If you're just trying to build a business that so you don't have to work. How do you expect to get here if you're just building a business where you can just travel the world? Like obviously it's nice, and like next week I'm going to Mexico for like 10 days, come back for 10 days, and I'm going to El Salvador for like a week to build 30 houses with my church for families. And going to Mexico just 5 days by myself, just kind of chill, brainstorm, reflect, plan. And then I got 18 clients flying out from all over the world for a client retreat, a little mastermind at a like massive villa and a bunch of fun stuff planned too. You can still have your fun, but you got to sacrifice. You got to delay that, right? I'm not doing that every week, every month. That's kind of the moral of the story here, is like some of those thoughts, some of those beliefs you need to shake are kind of like making the transition from like being very selfish, stealing from the business, starting the business for selfish reasons. To get to up here, you need to be selfless. It's become a hell of a lot more than just the Jeremy Pogue show. It's not about me anymore. It's like gotten too big where I can't just leave people hanging. I can't just stop doing what I'm doing, you know? And now I got my sights set on 8 figures because I've got something that clearly works, that changes people's lives, and I just need more people to do that, to make a bigger impact. I need to also build something that's scalable, very scalable, and kind of restructure a few things and hire some people. Then that's going to help me get from 1 to 200K a month. And keep in mind, like I don't do 200K every month. That's a lie. Like don't listen to people who say, oh yeah, 0 to 200K a month. It's like I did that once. We'll see what happens next month. I'm not too sure yet. I don't really plan on making too much money though, because I'm going to restructure a lot of things and just kind of spend a lot of time in the back end. My clients are taken care of, and then I can actually build something that's going to serve to get me to the 8 figures. So I'm not too worried. Literally, once again, 7 to 8 figure Jeremy is like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, however long it takes to build. Maybe I'll just shut off sales for the next few months so I can just focus and build something that's gonna scale like big time. Who knows, right? We'll see. But nonetheless, like, you really just have to be more selfless and make that transition from being selfish and really just delay gratification, expand your time horizon, make those sacrifices now, because if you don't, then you're just going to be stuck in the same hamster wheel, spinning in circles for a long time. And I don't want that to happen to you. So nonetheless, I'm going to wrap things up here. That's it for this video. If you liked it, let me know down below if you like these kind of videos, like kind of the mindset things and becoming that next level of yourself. But some questions to ask yourself is like, what does that 10.0 version of you look like? What does that 7-figure version of you look like? What beliefs do they hold? How do they spend their time? How do they carry themselves? What do they do? What are their non-negotiables? What's important to them? What do they tolerate? What are their standards? Like, ask yourself all these questions, and you're going to start to really see the gap between 7-figure you and 6-figure you. There's going to be some separation here, and you have to start acting as if you are already this person. And sure enough, you're going to become that person very soon. Appreciate you guys. Lots of love. See you in the next video. Bye.